And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semi-finals or semi-finals here of LiuLi Cup number 5. I do apologize for posting too long of a countdown timer because it was a fast game. Rogue and MaxPax, they ended very quickly, and in the end MaxPax did take down Rogue, and we have MaxPax versus Geralt in the lower semi-finals. For now though, we have our fresh series, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran going for the proxy 2 ranks. Let's go! We have the South Korean Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat very quickly, it's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as the 2 ranks is upon us. The ranks have been thrown down, and Clem, for now, is not aware. Now with this probe scout, Clem, he will confirm that the ranks is missing. So he will soon confirm that something is wrong, something is amiss. His first go-to reaction should be to scout further back in the main base for the racks, check the natural, and he might send out a second probe to check the nearby location as well. So we'll see how long it takes for Clem to realize what exactly is going on. And so now he sees the Rax is not at home, at least not at the ramp. So you can see Clem checking behind the mineral line. Again, you have to confirm behind the mineral line. He opts not to go into the corner. He goes towards the natural instead. Checking the gases. Checks behind his mineral line. Checks behind his base, and he confirms. Yeah, he does confirm the 2x Marine bunker rush. Does confirm. As the Marines are amassing, boys are being pulled. And can we get those bunkers up and running? Here comes our first bunker. First bunker's on the way. Clem, he did chrono out a safety zealot initially. Playing it safe. Good reaction. Good reaction with the zealot. SV gets started down, and ByuN is being zoned away. He's being zoned away here. Once again, nice control there from Clem. Pulls away the weakened probes. We'll lose one. One probe goes down. Once again, Clem, he pulls away 2 workers. Denies the bunker. The Marine count is building up, but now here comes the Stalker. Yeah, the Stalker has arrived. Oh, barely doesn't get the SCV. Barely not the Stalker. Oh, no, the Stalker. Stalker takes a lot of damage, a lot of hits. The bunker will finish. And with that, we can just dive into the bunker. We can focus on the pylon. We can take over control of the natural and contain for as long as possible. Meanwhile, here comes that factory back at home. Oh, SCV went down. SCV did fall. Takes down the pylon. And with this, ByuN, he's containing the Protoss on one base. Containing Clem here on one base. ByuN back at home with that factory. Should be going for a Cyclone follow-up. He's getting there. Oh. Nice target firing. Stalker's getting low. Remember, there's no SCV, so there's no repair. Bunker will go down. Gets a Stalker. That should not have happened. Gets Stalker, gets a probe. And with that, Clem, he breaks down. Clem, he breaks out. He finally expands. And back at home, ByuN, he needs that Cyclone. Getting a safety bunker. Clem counterattacks. Still very tense. It's a really weird game state because on the one hand, ByuN, sure, he delayed the natural, but he also delayed his own natural, right? His own CC's also delayed. As Clem is trying to race back. Still needs a little bit more time. Bunker is done. SCV will repair. Does repair, ByuN does hold, and the game will continue from here. Whew, okay, the game does continue. Clem taking up, getting into a Twilight Council, working towards, I would imagine, Blink. Meanwhile, ByuN likewise getting into his own bio play. The Cyclone does pop out and does get one of the Stalkers. Gets one. Oof. ByuN is punished. But again, it is a bit of a rocky start. It's a shaky game, man. Shaky game. We'll see what Clem's follow-up is going to be. So far, he's got 2-gate blink. We should be seeing a 3rd gateway just to be safe. We'll see if Clem cuts corners. Again, it's still kind of a weird setup that we have. Guys, ByuN working towards Stim. Stim, combat shields +1. The early eBay and early +1 tells us that we might actually see another set of Raxes. Do we throw down a 4th and 5th Rax? If so, then ByuN can turn this into a 2-base all-in. And Clem doesn't get a 3rd gateway. Uh-oh. Okay. There it is. 3rd gateway is now on the way. ByuN, what do you have for us? What do you got? The problem with going for a 2-base all-in here is it is Tokamak. Tokamak is a larger map, longer rush distance by ground. So it's not going to hit as hard. Knocking down those rocks. Looking at ByuN. Remember, there's no splash damage. Does he send it, Pappy? Oh, snipes the observer. Observer goes down. Tanks the siege. Not very nice punish. Massive volley goes off. ByuN, he has momentum. Do we send it? Gets on the depot. I'm waiting to see if he pulls the boys. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's go. Yeah, it does pull the boys. He's going for the 2-base all-in. Again, ByuN, he already has momentum. He did catch some stalkers. Now is the time. Charge is not ready. No charge, no splash damage, no storm, no colossus. Because of the shaky start to the game, because of the more awkward beginning, Clem is not ready. He's not set up. And things are looking up here for ByuN. If he can get on top of the production, if he can get into the natural with his tanks. There are some force fields. Stalker goes down. Nice force fields though. Zoning back the tanks. Tanks is zoned away. A lot of Marines go down. Stalker's trying to catch reinforcements. They get behind the army. How about the tanks they are sieging? They're a little bit far back. Yeah, tanks have to push forward. Deep hammer the gateway, getting on top of the natural. Ooh, one tank goes down. But ByuN, I feel like he should have it here. As he's getting on top of the mineral line. Charge is complete. Clem, he's got to commit. He's got to go for it. Gets one tank. He gets one. Can he get two? He can. Barely not. Barely not. GG gets called, and ByuN, he snowballs out of control. He takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very strong 2-base all-in here from ByuN after the awkward start. Remember, Clem's opener was very, very delayed. His natural was delayed. His tech was delayed. It looked like he was going 2-gate blink into a 3rd base, but then he got a later 3rd gateway. He was trying to tech up on 2 bases, and it was just a really, really shaky start from both players, to be fair. But ByuN, he was able to pop off with his all-in. Not just that, but he was able to catch stalkers early on. More importantly, he caught the observer early on as well. He sniped the observer. He caught a couple of stalkers. It meant that Clem wasn't fully aware as to what was going on. And GG. GG, well played. Whew. Very tense game 1. Very tense. ByuN takes a lead, and we'll see if ByuN can close it out here and now. We'll see if Clem can force the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. Getting into that second game. Ooh, game 2 is going to be on torches. We have seen torches quite a lot tonight. We've seen it quite a lot in Shin's matches and now in this series as well. A lot of torches. I'm here for it. As spawning in the top right hand corner of torches, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. We have the French Protoss representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, we'll see if he bounce back. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. See in chat, strong timing. I do want to make sure it's emphasized here that it was more so about the setup to the all-in than the all-in itself. That timing would be weaker in a standard game, but because everything was late, like late natural, late tech, late gateways, like because the early game, because the early proxy, that was all set up for the all-in to succeed. There was a lot of setup for that, and yeah, worked out quite well. Did work out quite well there for ByuN. As he comes in with the attempted eBay block, but Clem, he is scouting, he's on top of this, and the eBay block is going to be unsuccessful. So nice scouting here by Clem, nice positioning. Clem will force a cancel, and Clem can expand. So ByuN, he was hoping to be cheeky, he was hoping to get a little bit more damage here. For those that are curious, if there was no probe on the low ground, then this... Ooh, there's a cancel, thankfully in time. But the eBay would have had more progression, and Clem would have been forced to expand at the third location instead. And especially on torches, that's a death sentence. It is so difficult on this map to defend the unnatural natural because of the terrain. But thankfully, Clem, he sets up at his natural, and ByuN back at home goes for the factory before CC. Okay, here we go. So we are settling in. From here, looks like CC on the high ground. And welcome one all to Torches. Torches is a unique map in the map pool. It has a very short rush distance by air. Because of that, there was a time in the meta where we would often see Stargate openers and Oracle Phoenix play to try to hard counter and shut down Banshee base play. So there was a period in time where Banshees were really popular because that Phoenixes were quite popular. And then we kind of switched out of that phase, and the Phoenixes were being punished by 2-base all-ins. Oh. Speaking of 2-base all-ins, that is a second Rax. Jesus, okay. ByuN rushing into a second Rax, hiding behind the army as well. Yeah, he's coming in from behind, catching out the Stalker. Nice positioning here from ByuN, and he steps in. And can he catch the Stalker? The Stalker will barely get away. Does take a lot of hull damage, but does escape. Nice positioning there by ByuN. But once again, with that second Rax before Starport, this is going to be for faster stim, heavy bioproduction, most likely a third Rax before Starport as well. If we get a third Rax, that is more indicative of a 2-base all-in, as we are going to be delaying medevacs in favor of a heavy marine count. Oh boy. With tanks, of course, as well. Typically, this does hit with, like, I want to say 3 tanks. Does it with 3. So as you can see, Tech Lab is on the way on the Rax. There's the fast eBay for +1, so this will hit with stim, combat shields, and +1. We're waiting for the third Rax. And we'll see if Clem can scout. We'll see if he can figure out what's going on. Right now, the onus, the pressure is on Clem. Behind this, Clem is playing safe. He's going 3-gate blink. So 3-gate blink Stalker. This time, I will say that Clem is a lot more comfortable. This time he's able to actually get into his build, get into his game. There's no crazy disruption and no crazy proxy at the start. There's that third Rax. Again, big delay in the starport. And Clem still doesn't know what's going on. He did see the second Rax though. Okay. So he has an idea. He saw the second Rax. That is a sign, that is a tell. Technically, this could be a 2-on-1 setup, like from what Clem has seen. We know it isn't, but it's not unheard of to go for 2-on-1s in TVP. It's a niche build, but might be on the back of his mind. Observer's moving out. The Observer will confirm, as Clem opted not to open sentry, so no hallucinations. Observer's moving out. Clem, he does take his gases on 2 bases, going for a 4th gateway. He's staying on 2. He's staying on 2 bases. Big delay on the 3rd. Takes his gases. Immortal production, 4th gateway. This is a very safe play out of Clem. As the Observer, what do we see? Gets eyes on the tank line. Rallied into the main base. Does ByuN notice in time to scan? Oh my god, ByuN's crazy. As soon as he saw the shimmer, ByuN, calm down. Scan is denied. Sorry, the scout is denied. Jesus. ByuN. So Clem still has no idea. He still has no idea. But he does see the heavy Marine count alongside the tanks. We can see that there is a starport alongside this, which is not normal. Because there's a starport, there's a higher chance that maybe ByuN does get a third CC behind this instead of 2 more Vaxes. He's waiting for Medivacs, so he's going for a later timing. The all-in variation of this, you pull the boys without Medivacs. You just pull the boys, you move out with 3 tanks. Here it's only 2 tanks and it gets out of tank production, so there's a higher chance here that we do expand. Clem sees the move out, but again, Clem, he doesn't see the follow-up. Like, he sees nothing. So ByuN is posturing, and he's forced in this reaction. We have Storm on the way. Remember, Clem, he delayed his third. He delayed his third base. Clem, he's ready for a 2-base all-in. An all-in that isn't coming. There's a third CC. Clem, he sees. Okay, Clem, he scouts a third base. Now he knows. ByuN, he missed the observer. And remember, ByuN, he's posturing. Like, that's what this is. He's just posturing. He's just puffing up his chest. ByuN is macroing behind this. And, oh, he doesn't spot the observer. Or does he? Yeah, he does. Does bring it down, but Clem now has a massive army. Storm is ready. And Clem is here to punish. Oh, no. Massive storms. He sends in the storms, and Clem, he should overwhelm. GG gets called. Clem, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew, GG, well played. If only ByuN saw the observer a little bit earlier. If he was able to deny the scout and deny Clem's vision of the third base, that would have changed everything. Remember, Clem, he was getting ready for an all-in. Then he realized an all-in wasn't coming, which means he could push, which means he could push out, and he had a massive army. He had storms, he had immortals. ByuN was hoping that he could fake Clem out, so he could fake him out, make it look like he was going for an all-in when he was really expanding instead, but he got scattered. In the end, he got scattered by the second observer. GG. GG, well played. Cheeky move out of ByuN, didn't get away with it, and now we're getting into game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. Getting into game 3. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see how this story ends. I see in the chat, watch yourselves. Don't be clowns, baby. Don't be clowns. I think there are some people that maybe aren't aware about Clem's level of play with Protoss. I think there are some people that maybe have like an idea that maybe like he off races like for fun or something. Clem has been playing at the highest level of Protoss for quite some time now. When it comes to specifically PvT, you could make an argument that Clem has the best PvT in the world. You can make an argument for it, but I think you can make an easier claim that he's like top 3 PvT in the world. It's actually terrifying. Clem, there isn't a single Terran player out there that he hasn't beaten except for Maru. Maru is the only Terran that Clem hasn't beaten, like in these tournaments, and the only reason for that is because they never played. Like they've never played. Unfortunately, I would love to see them face off, but I think Maru is the only player, the only Terran that Clem hasn't beaten in the series. And here we go. Here we go. We're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. Forcing the ace match, bringing us all the way to game 3. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran himself representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Go. As ByuN once again is going to be opening up 2 racks. This might be the same build, going 2 racks. Okay, this time going 2 racks Reaper, not 2 racks Marine. With this, his goal here should be for some economic damage. It comes down to the control of Clem to preserve his workers, to preserve his probes. Makes sense for Clem to switch. I see in the YouTube chat, if you're unaware, the reason why Clem switched is because he could not deal with TvT. he unfortunately got bullied out of TvT by ByuN. This was back in December. ByuN, he was known as the Clem Crusher in TvT. I mean, ByuN, he has arguably the best TvT in the world. Like, he's an animal in Terran versus Terran. But the reason why Clem switched to Protoss was to avoid the TvT matchup, as that was his weakest matchup for a long time. So how do you deal with TvT? Just avoid it. just get the hell out of there. I know that some people like to push their own narrative. They like to invent themselves. But that narrative is not based in reality. So now we do see ByuN dancing with the army. Does pick in, does pull away. As from here, this was a bit of a shaky start here for ByuN. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Winding it back, the Proxy 2x Reaper didn't really accomplish much here. He was hoping for economic damage, but he gets shut down. He gets forced back. Clem, he did play it safe by going for the early Zealot to be able to tank, to be able to buy time and preserve his mineral line. So far, a solid response here by Clem. He defends well. He defends well. The Reapers, they will bypass the main army. Bold move. ByuN rushing across the map. Getting into the mineral line. Gets 1, 2 probe kills. It's okay damage, but it's 2 for 2. Yeah, not ideal. As ByuN gets a full scout, does confirm blink. Oh. Does confirm, gets cleaned up, and behind this, ByuN now trying to expand. Does have a 2-1-1 setup here, but again, it's been a bit of a shakier start for ByuN. We'll see if he can recover. He has opportunities here with the Liberator follow-up, not going Banshee, going Liberator. Trying to catch out some key units. Ooh, does get the Adept. Gets the Adept, but late reaction to the Cyclone. No, Cyclone goes down. That should not have happened. Yeah, ByuN otherwise distracted, and with that, Clem is rallying in. He's rallying forward. Takes over the natural. Disastrous start here for ByuN, and ByuN is moving out to harass. Tank will siege, but Clem, he can just avoid the tank. Yeah, just avoids. Heads behind the mineral line and will deny the natural. So again, just a very shaky early game here for ByuN. As that CC takes a lot of damage. Liberator does siege up across the map. Denies some mining. Kills a probe. But Clem, he's not backing off. And remember, there's no bunker here either. No safety bunker. Clem, he can blink away. Oh. Doesn't lose any stalkers. Gets 2 more SCVs. Denies more mining time. And Clem is all over this. Oh, una más. 1 more shot. As from here, Clem, he could expand. He's still playing very safe. Very safe. He's taking his gases on 2 bases. He's building up his immortal count as well. Clem, if you want to, could have expanded faster, but he's staying on 2 bases that much longer. This tells me that if ByuN goes for a 2-base all-in, it's going to be weaker. As Clem is already building up his immortals. And Clem, he already has the Temple Archives on the way. That's going to be for Storm. Okay, and ByuN, no, he just can't get out. He cannot get out. Full medevac goes down as well. Ay, ay, ay. Again, ByuN, he took a chance, he took a risk by going for the proxy, and everything's just been downhill from there. Does catch the observer at least. But ByuN is contained. From here, all Clem has to do is just expand, get a third base, keep an eye on any kind of move outs. If he does spot it, then of course reinforce. Slow the army down and get ready for the push at the natural. As Clem, he doesn't get the tank. Tank does survive. ByuN, he'll expand, getting his third TC. At least he's trying to. Oh. Clem pulling away. Let's pull back, pulls away. And now the momentum can swing here, as we can make use of the healing pad as well. But with Storm finishing, Clem can now be the aggressor. For now, he's just been containing his opponent. By no means has Clem had any intention of actually pushing into the natural or into the main base. That will soon change with Storm finishing with this army. So Clem can now move out. This is actually very similar to game number 2, to Game Torn Torches, where Clem, he was getting ready for an all-in that never came, which means, hey, suddenly I have all this army, may as well make use of it. Nice repair on the tanks. We'll see if ByuN can hold. So moves in. Spots the tank line. Deepers are on the way. Storms are coming forward. Can we get on top of the tanks? Does begin. Nice spread, but the tanks are going to go down. Yeah, brutal volleys here. Tanks do fall, the Bio Army crumbles, and with that, GG gets called. Clem crushes through, and Clem will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played, Clem. He does claim the series, he does advance on, and with that, we have our first finalist. Again, it was just a really shaky start from ByuN when it came to the early game. Going for the proxy 2-ranks Reaper was not worth it. He did fall behind early on, and he stayed behind, as we saw Clem delaying the CC, poking and pressuring the natural base early on with his Stalkers. Of course, containing, staying on 2 bases to shut down an all-in, and we saw ByuN forced to go into a delayed third base on location, tried to expand, but again, it was just a really rocky start there for ByuN. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem, we'll take it. Let's go. Let us go. And where is the rest of the bracket? Okay, we already have our finals. Up next is going to be a TVP between Clem and MaxPax. Let's go.